Hi, I'm Jory. I'm a sophomore at CSU. I grew up in a Christian home with me, my mom, and my dad, only child. My mom and I went to the First Presbyterian Church of Littleton every Sunday, but my dad, he didn't really go to church. He didn't really like to go to church or social events that much. He had depression and was an alcoholic, and that kind of caused some financial difficulties for us. Eventually, he got to the point where he developed cirrhosis in his liver, but he didn't have medical insurance or anything, and so he didn't feel the need to tell anybody about it. He ended up passing away in September of 2006, which was the beginning of my 7th grade year. When I was in high school, I decided I found my dad's varsity letter from when he was in high school, and it was full of just like track and cross country, like letters and pins and medals, and like he was a track star. And so I did track. And then in track actually is when I met a good group of friends who then convinced me. They're like, "Hey Jory, you should do cross country." So I did cross country my sophomore year of high school, and then I met more friends, and then we would train over the winter, train for track, and then we would run track, and then we'd train over the summer together, and then we'd go like run cross country. But it turns out that I wasn't really addicted to running per se. I was addicted to the dedication, the commitment, the perseverance and hard work that me, being a non-athlete, never playing a sport in my life, just playing video games and never doing anything active, and then all of a sudden seeing how all these results have like been improving, and I realized that that's kind of what God had been teaching me my whole life, was about like perseverance, you know, and deal with death and stuff over time. You may not see the blossoms immediately, but it takes time, just like exercise. And I thought that kind of God exercise metaphor was beautiful. I decided that I wanted to study exercise, and so my choices were down to CU and CSU. And I looked at CU first, and I looked at their degree programs, and they didn't have a health or exercise degree. And then I looked at CSU, and they had a health and exercise degree with the health and exercise floor and everything, and I was like, okay, I'm going to CSU. So I applied to CSU, got in, applied for Corbett into Health and Exercise Hall, got in the hall, met a bunch of friends that would later introduce me to the crew and all of you guys, and basically changed my life forever, all because of a bud that was planted, that God planted after my dad's death. And just now I'm starting to see the blossoms of those buds, and those are just the beginning of the buds. I mean, there's so many more buds that I haven't even seen yet. And basically where I'm at now is I'm just kind of looking for, just waiting patiently, persevering, and waiting for the rest of the buds to come up.